Hi guys, I'm Colleen from the OT Toolbox, and today I have a really great fine motor exercise to use in therapy sessions. And this exercise really works on fine motor dexterity and finger strengthening. We're actually working on finger strengthening exercises using tearing paper, or actually tearing the paper to work on the finger strength. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So all you'll need is a few pieces of scrap paper. We used construction paper because it's a little bit thicker, but you could definitely use any junk mail you have, any old schoolwork or papers that you don't need anymore. This is totally free way to incorporate therapy tools into your toolbox by just using what you've got. Use an old magazine, use anything you have. So you're going to start by tearing off little bits of pieces of the paper. You're going to work on using one piece at a time and tearing it off. And then you can start working on using two pieces of paper overlapping to really strengthen the hands. When we do this, there are so many fine motor things happening here. When you're tearing the paper, your hands assume a really great tripod grasp, which is an effective grasp pattern for mature grip. It's very functional. However, it's not the only functional grasp, which is another video. But when you're tearing paper, you're working on the intrinsic strength in the hand that is actually tearing it. But they're also improving strength and endurance in the non dominant hand that stabilizes the paper. After you tear a bunch of pieces, you're going to work on crumbling up those pieces of paper. This is the second tearing paper strengthening exercise for the fingers. You can use those fingertips and roll the paper into really tiny little bits of crumbled up paper. This is such a really great exercise for arch development, finger isolation, separation of the sides of the hand, and open thumb web space. And you're really working on graded precision skills as the therapy individual crumbles up those bits of pieces of paper. They're also gaining proprioceptive feedback through the fingertips, which makes this tearing paper activity a really great warm up for handwriting activities. Okay, next, after you've crumbled up the paper, you can also crumble up two layers of the paper to really improve the strengthening. So just keep going until you've got all of those bits of paper crumbled up. We're going to scooch those over to the side there. The next torn paper exercise is working on finger isolation and graded precision as you kind of flick those pieces of paper away. Just one at a time, work on moving the finger against the pad of the thumb. That's such a really great hand-eye exercise too. The next paper exercise that we're doing here is gathering up all of those little bits of crumbled paper. You're going to put them into the palm of the hand and then work on um, putting them down onto the table one at a time, moving them from the palm of the hand to the fingertips. This is in hand manipulation skills, and it's such a great pencil control exercise and just fine motor activity all around. We're actually sorting the paper into piles by color, but you can just put them into containers, you can move them anywhere on the table. The next finger strengthening exercise with the torn paper is using one finger to pull those in towards the palm, one at a time. It might be a little bit of graded precision trouble that happens here or finger control troubles, but that's okay. Keep working on one at a time. Next is another in-hand manipulation exercise, and we're going to pick up the grit pieces one at a time, tuck them into the palm of the hand. You can really see how there's separation of the sides of the hand happening here. And as you tuck them into the palm, you're working on those fingertips working to pick up the items. So that's such a really great exercise. Next, you're going to squeeze those pieces into the palm of the hand just to get warm up the hands a bit. And then finally, that's it. You can stretch those fingers out, get them nice and ready to work and play and write, whatever you need to do. That's all for today. I hope this is helpful. Have fun.